Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Electrician's Tool Channel. This is part 2 of me reviewing my newest test instrument. It's an instrument made by, I'm not sure if they made it or not, but it's sold by A.W. Sperry. A.W. Sperry is a company that was founded in 1966 in New York. You'll find a lot of their tools. Some of you out there may know about A.W. Sperry. They do have some tools on the market, but you may find a lot of their tools inside of hardware stores and some big box stores. You may find Sperry, but mainly in hardware stores. You may find their tools on the same line, in the same aisle where you'll find tools made by Gardner and Bender. So I don't think you'll find them inside of like Home Depot and Lowe's or anything like that. They're mainly inside of the Ace Hardware and stores like that. Well, anyway, again, I said this is part 2 of it, and tonight I'm just gonna get into just showing you what it can do. This test instrument is small in size, but it's very important. This is a very important tool. And I think that every electrician should have maybe not this brand, but have one of these test instruments, because you need this to do what it does, and that's to measure milliamps, leakage current, and you cannot measure leakage current with an ordinary clamp meter, because it won't measure that low. Like 5 milliamps, it won't go that low. Some of them won't go. But this will go lower than 5 milliamps up to 399 milliamps. Up to 400 milliamps. This particular instrument, and so this is a very special instrument, very special. And before I get into that, guys, what I want to do is I have some literature also here that I want to tell you guys about, that tell you ways to use this instrument. I'm going to show you one of the ways to use it, but you guys, if you want to really get an in-depth knowledge about this instrument, I recommend that you download, once I show you what I'm talking about, the stuff that I've downloaded and I've been reading about this instrument. I knew about leakage current, but I didn't know about some of the things that you can use it on, or some of the trouble that I've ran across before. Now I look back and in my mind I'm saying things like, if I would have had this tool, I would have solved that problem. I did solve the problem, but I would solve it quicker. And guys, before we go any further, I actually hit that like, subscribe, and a comment, or leave a comment. That's in support of the channel. If you like the content that I'm putting out, again, it's for free. I'm not asking you for no money at all. This is just to support the channel, to keep things going. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna just get into some testing here, and I'm gonna show y'all some literature that I recommend that you download, guys, to give you more of an in-depth of what I'm talking about here. And so let's just do that. I have my heat gun here that I have sitting on this vise right here, and we're going to just see how much leakage current that's leaking from this device. Now, what I'm going to use to measure that, if this splitter, line splitter that's made by HT Instruments. Now, this is a special splitter right here. Most of y'all probably say, well, I have one of those already, but you thinking about this one. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have it. Thought I did. 1 second. Oh boy. Well, thought I had it, guys, and I don't. Oh yeah, I do. Here it is. Y'all guys may be talking about one like this, and you cannot use this to measure milliamps, you can't do it. This is a special one that you can use, and it tells you to measure milliamps. You have the line in the neutral, or the load in the neutral, depends, but it's right here. And you can also measure regular amps right here, and times 10 right there. And this to ground, that's low to ground right here. So if you want to test that side. Now, guys, what I want to do is I want to let me see. You're going to check out this. You're going to check out this heat gun that I have here, and we're going to see just how much leakage that's coming out of here, if any. Okay. If any. Okay. So now there is a value chart here, and I'll read it to you guys after this. I just want to show you how to use this thing. And the reason why, if you want to get yourself one of these, I don't know if HT Instruments is the maker of it, but I haven't seen it. No, I've seen one other company with this, and it's by a company called Test Instruments Solution, TIS. They go and they have one, but I don't know if it's it looks like it's a rebrand from HT Instruments. I don't know if this is an exclusive from HT Instruments or not, but they do sell it. TIS, Test Instrument Solutions, sell it also. Don't know the price. This was awarded to me by HT Instruments, so I didn't have to buy it. I give them a shout out for that. So, but HT Instruments, give them a shout out for awarding me this. But anyway, we're gonna I'm gonna take a measurement of this heat gun using this leakage current tester, and we'll see just how much leakage is coming from this heat gun. And after that, I want to show you guys about the literature, okay? That I recommend that you guys get. Okay, so I'm gonna set it on milliamp, which is right here. I'm gonna put it on this side right here, and we're gonna see. Let me put this around here so you guys can see. Okay, it's on milliamp. Turn it on. Okay, it says 0.3, 0.3 milliamps. Okay, I'm gonna hold this for a minute, but hit hold, and because I want to show you guys something. Now they do have a chart that we must go by, and let me see. I do have it. Oh. All right, this is not a GFI that is plugged into. It's not a GFI, but I had found this also online, and I'll show you the PDF that I got it from. I just wrote this down by hand to show you how many milliamps that it takes to trip like a GFCI, and all of these are circuit interrupters, and it tells you just how many milliamps it takes to trip that circuit interrupter. Now you may have you may be working on a circuit and that has a GFCI, and it may be tripping and just tripping, intermediately tripping all the time, and you don't know what's wrong with it. Majority of the time, if you didn't know anything about this instrument, you will figure that, well, you know something, it must be just a bad GFCI. But not all the time. You got me? Not all the time. Leakage current, that's where leakage current testing comes in at. The appliance that you plug it into that outlet may cause that problem. And the only way you can figure that out by troubleshooting is if you had one of these testers right here. You can either check at the outlet by pulling the receptacle out. You wrap this around the neutral and the hot, the line and the neutral at the same time, and get you a reading. Now, or you could go to the panel and the distribution panel and do the same thing. You can get the line in the neutral and put this around both of them and get a reading. If you're working on three-phase, you and that three-phase had a neutral, you can, if it didn't have a neutral, you just wrap this around all three phases, put it in there and see what's leaking. If it did have, if it had a neutral, you put the neutral in with the three phases, and you take a reading to see which was tripping, why it's tripping. Milliamp testing is very important, and like I said, I'll get to that in a minute because I do have some literature over here I want to show you guys. So if you're interested in buying one, because you may say, well, I'm buying one, I don't know how to use it. That's why I'm going to show you what I have over here to help you out. Now, all of these that are written down right here are circuit interrupters. And I've never heard of some of these myself. In fact, I've only heard of two of them on here. I've heard of LCDI and I've heard of GFCI. Now, the rest of them, I'm gonna call them out to you, man, and I'm sure that I'm gonna let you look at them first and you could just see, and then I'll call them out to you, get a good look at them. And then I'll call them out to you guys and tell you what it takes to trip that, what it takes to trip a GFCI. The GFCI, which stands for ground fault circuit interrupter, it trips at 4 milliamps to 6 milliamps. And if you was to take a reading and you get, after you plug this in and you're getting 8 milliamps, well, that's your reason why it's tripping that circuit breaker. I mean, the GFCI is working properly, it's doing what it's supposed to do because it's out of its range right here. That's what trips it, between 4 and 6 milliamps. There's another one right underneath here, which would be GFPI. So like I said, some of you may have heard of this before. I never heard of them before, at least not in this term, GFPI. I've heard of surge protectors or surge arresters and things like that, call them. But that's why it's so important also to call components and devices by the correct terminology. You don't want to be, you want to know the correct terminology for all that. That's why this is so important. You don't want to be looking at this and saying, whatchamacallit, that thing over there, or whatchamacallit, or, you want to know the correct terminology. You want to know what GFPE. If you want to be a well-rounded electrician, it's your job, guys, to search this stuff out, read it, and know what you're reading. And then you Google this kind of stuff and look at the picture. See how it looks. Don't just know what LCDI is. You want to know how it looks, because when you go to troubleshoot anything, you want to, know what you're looking for. So that's very important. So anyway, GFPI stands for ground fault protection of equipment. And that's a circuit interrupter also. And that's designed to trip at 30 milliamps. Okay? And the LCDI stands for leakage current detector interrupter. Now, they didn't have a value on here, measurement value for that one, but I assume it may be around the same thing. Maybe it's 4 to 6 amps, I'm not sure. But you can always dig deeper and find what that is. Okay? And there's one because EGFPD. EGFPD. I never heard of that one, never saw it before in my life. Equipment ground fault protective device. And that's designed to trip at 6 milliamps to 50 milliamps. EGFPD. Equipment ground fault protective device. Designed to trip at 6 milliamps to 50 milliamps. There's another one. It's ALCI, and that stands for Appliance Leakage Current Interrupter, and that trips when the ground fault exceeds 6 milliamps. So that simply means from 0 to 5 milliamps, you're 5 is close to 6, but you're okay. Anything over 6, you're going to cause it to trip. That's when you have to go and probably hit that reset button in whatever appliance that you're using. But that's what that is, a circuit interrupter. Okay, the last one is IDCI. IDCI, and that stands for Immersion Detection Circuit Interrupter. and the trip current may be any value below 6 milliamps. So that's the same as this one right here. Anything, the trip current may be anything below 6 milliamps. So 6 milliamps on up, no, 6 milliamps below and below, it's going to trip that breaker. Trip that interrupter. The trip current may be anything. The trip current may be any value below 6 milliamps. So 6 and below, or 5 milliamps and below, is going to cause it to trip. I never heard of these interrupters before, but guys, I'm telling you, now that you got this information, man, Google this stuff. I'm speaking to you younger guys out there who's just coming in the trade. That's the only way you're going to become the best you can be. Where everybody else is messing around, man, you have to go and study. You have to go look this kind of stuff up so you can have a seat at the front of the class. I'm telling you, what I mean by the class, you have the seat among your peers, but you be out front because you know more. It's very important that you do this. You do this. Read as much as you can. If you plan on making this a career, your career is being an electrician, you want to become the best electrician you possibly could be. Read, study, know what you're saying, know what you're looking at, know what you're looking for, and you have to know this stuff. You have to, but make yourself notes also. And I wrote this down because I want to show you guys, but I'm gonna make me some notes where I can put this in one of my folders, and this is gonna be for my reference right here. And so anyway, guys, this is what I want to show you. That's over there. Just show you guys some of the stuff that's out there that you want to that you want to read to tell you about leakage current. You want to know what you're dealing with. You want to know the importance of testing leakage current. You want to know why you want to test leakage current. And things like that. So this is put out by the UL. UL stands for Underwriters Laboratory and Laboratories, and this is a standard in safety. You can Google that, standards in safety, and you can Google understanding ground fault and leakage current protection. They have 2 pages that came with this, and it's telling you all about leakage current. Matter of fact, it's telling you all of those things, all of these interrupters that I just mentioned. This is where I got that from. I just made short notes right here, but it tells you about each one of them, and it gives you the value of each one of them. Like GFCI right there, that's the GFPE, ground fault protection of equipment. That's all you need right here. And if you're gonna print it, man, print it out in color. So you print it out in color, put it in some sheet protectors, make you a folder. You wanna know about this kind of stuff. So this is going in my folder, for sure. You want to know about leakage current. For sure, you want to know about leakage current. You want to read up on this kind of stuff. This one here is by, I know you see the fluke milliamp tester, right, leakage current tester right here. But this put out by a company called Care Labs, and it's telling you what is leakage current. And I'm not going to go into it by reading all this stuff here, but I suggest, like I said, that you go out and you find, you download as much as you can about leakage current. And this one has 2 pages. This one has 2 pages right here. So, and I was just doing reading and highlighting things that was interesting to me. Now, also, well, this is something else here, but still, this is something that I printed out, and I was doing some reading on transformers. Anyway, let me get to something else here. Also, I printed this out because once I got this, I wanted to know, since I have a few multimeters, I wanted to know, can I measure milliamps? Well, leakage. Can I check for leakage current with a multimeter? And sure enough, they had some literature on it. So it just so happened I do have one of these to use when I use my multimeter. Your multimeter has to have a milliamp feature in order for you to check this with. And yes, you can download things like this and read it. Read it. I haven't gotten all the way into it yet, but read it. And you can learn a lot. So this is another one that you need to get. That's the title that you may want to, that you want to Google and print it out. How to measure leakage current with a multimeter. Okay? Now this is another one here, and that I printed out. And this tells you how dangerous leakage current really is. This is by a group called, well, it's the author who wrote this or did the testing, Evaluation Engineering. And the title is The Why, When, and How of Electrical Safety Testing. And this is all about leakage current. It tells you the dangers of it and the injury that you could sustain when if you're not careful. Below milliamp, below 1 milliamp, is telling you the reaction that of your body or what it can do to you. Say generally not participable. Okay, 1 milliamp, you feel a faint tingle. 5 milliamp, it's a slight shock felt, not painful but disturbing. Average individual can let go. Strong involuntary reactions can lead to other injuries. That's at 5 milliamps, y'all. 6 to 25 milliamps, and they're speaking of women. They say painful shock, loss of muscular control. Men, from 9 milliamps to 30 milliamps, and that's for men, they say the freezing current or let go range. Individual cannot let go, but can be thrown away from the circuit if extensor muscles are stimulated. And say 50 to 150 milliamps, extreme pain, respiratory arrest, severe muscular contractions, death possible. So leakage current testing is very important. Look what it tells you here. It's a 1,000 to 4,300 milliamps rhythmic pumping action of the heart ceases, muscular contraction and nerve damage occurred, death likely. This is very, very, very important, guys, and to check for that, because you may have leakage currents in your house and you're wondering why every time you touch that wash machine, you get shocked. You know, God forbid, man, that we have kids around and touch that wash machine and this happened to them. Get yourself one of these testers. It don't have to be this brand, but get yourself a good tester. And then also you have to watch what kind of tester you buy, because these kind of testers also, you have to look at the measurement range. Some of the ranges start from 0 to like 399 to 400 milliamps. This one does 0 to 400 milliamps. You may buy one that you think you're getting a good deal, and you may find it on eBay for $40. Let's just say $40. And when you bought it, and the range, the measurement range for milliamps starts at 60 to, just say 60 to 300 milliamps. Well, when you bought it, you thought, well, it goes to 300 milliamps, I'm getting a good deal. Well, really you're not, because when you go and check that, try to check that wash machine or that microwave, and you checking for milliamps, so it won't read it because it only drops to 40 milliamps. So it only drops to anything lower than that. Remember, we was talking about the average multimeter can't measure it because it doesn't go that low. So you done bought yourself basically a regular clamp meter because it won't go that low. So watch what you're buying. The milliamp measurements is very important. Don't worry about the other two, like the 100 amp and the 4 amp. Don't worry about that. You worry about what you want is the milliamp amperage. Measurement. That's very important. Get one that start off at 0 if you can, or 1 milliamp. Get and then on up. The higher it go, the better. But the lowest it go is very important, also. So I want to tell you guys that. But anyway, back to this. I want to show you guys, and this what I got off the internet today, and I haven't had a chance to read it, but it tells you, it gives you this chart. It breaks everything down. When is it safe? When is safety testing required? And I'm going to get into this, man. This is very important. I did a little reading on it today, And they say, why do we need electrical safety testing? Because we want to be safe. And, and they say not all consumers, what I highlighted right here was, they say not all consumers and manufacturers fully understand the reasons for and the importance of proper electrical safety testing. And that is the truth. A lot of manufacturers don't, who make the appliances. They just want to make money. They put it out there, and as long as it passed certain codes at the time, that's all that matters. They don't understand why you got to keep checking for this and checking for that. But thank God that we do. So anyway, guys, and this is a real good one I was telling you about, because this have all kind of charts in it too. And to give you all kind of standards, and point you in all kind of directions of other information that you can go seek out too and read. Say, how do you certify and verify that the products are safe? And it tells you all that. So, guys, again, let's put this on the side. And this is the last one about Fluke that I had. I was reading this, and this got a lot of information in it too. I'm sure you can find this on the Fluke website, probably in their application notes. Just Google fluke.com, and then when you go on their website, look for application notes and look under leakage current. I'm sure they have more than this. This little write-up about leakage current. It tell you what causes leakage current. This is very important. What causes it? Let me see. Here we go. And they tell you what is done during leakage current measurement. Tell you how to do that. They say direct this for DC. They say, how is leakage current performed? Measuring leakage current through the ground conductor, tracing the source of leakage current. Man, this is so important. This is so much information. They say, and the benefits of leakage current measurements. Fellas, there's no reason to remain in the not knowing. There's no reason. This is too much information out there for free. Get it. So guys, not to hold you up any longer, I just wanted to show you just how to use it. To use this, again, I repeat, you wrap these around the line in the neutral, either inside the panel, or you can unscrew that receptacle apart and put this around the two wires in the back, or you could buy yourself one of these, which I recommend. And that way you don't have to go through, put another receptacle out. The wires may not be as long as they're supposed to be, which supposed to be 6 inches. Not as long as it's supposed to be. So now you got to try to stick this head of this thing all inside of the box. No, the best way to do, get yourself one of these, and that would help you out. Or go to the panel. So, guys, that's it for that. And I just wanted to thank you guys for letting me take up your time. As always, I still have a few more videos coming on the way. And just as soon as I get a chance to do them and upload them, I'll put them out. But I do have a few more good videos on the way. I've been really busy since they've opened the city back up, the state back up, I should say. From mask wearing and social distancing, my business been booming. So with that being said, guys, I won't forget, I will be uploading more content very soon. And I want to thank you guys for letting me take up your time. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment. I'm always willing to talk tools, and I'll try to answer any questions that you may have concerning any one of the tools that I display in my videos. So until next time, guys, take care as always, and peace out.